Hello. Hey girls. Hey. How is everyone? I'm going to invite some people. Y'all, I'm so late. Look at me, just being late. Late to the party, but I'm here. I am here. I'm late, but I'm here. Tell me hey when you hop on. I want to know who is watching. We got some stuff to talk about that it's just time. I mean, we just got it. We're going to have to talk about it. Okay. So we're going to do this. And let's get it. I'm going to just put a couple more of y'all on the invite listy thingy here. And we're going to get started super quick. Okay. Hi. Okay, who's on here? I love to know. Hey, Ashley. Hey, Deb and Melinda and Stephanie and Consuelo and Amanda and Deborah and Debbie. All right, Darla, Katie. All right, girls, let's do this. So much. Okay, a couple things. First, I just have to tell y'all, if there is ever an opportunity to go to an event, you need to get your butt there, okay? Because there's just something powerful about sitting in a room full of people that believe the same thing you do, okay? There's just something about that. It's like church, right? Like, you know how you just feel better when you go to church because you're around a bunch of people that believe the same way you do? Like, it's like the same thing. It's like that. So anyway, I just kind of was thinking about that. And it is so important. Hey, Darla, to feed yourself like that. Like, go to stuff where, you can be around people that believe in things that you believe in. So anyway, I was talking to Katie today. This past weekend was amazing, incredible. Eric Worre is like insanely talented, insanely inspirational. It's amazing. Y'all, the things he's going to do for our company is insane. Okay. And I'm proud of it. Okay. So there's been a couple of things that like I've been kind of replaying and trying to recreate and take all my notes, everything that I have. Okay. And like figure out how to get it all out of my face. Like, how do I get all that out of my face? How do I tell my team? How do I do the things that I've learned this past weekend? How do I implement that into my business? What does that look like? Why does it look like I have little Mickey Mouse ears? I'm sorry. Okay, so there was just something that really stuck out to me and I wanted to come on here and talk about specifically because it was powerful to me. So just cutting all the theatrics, and I'm just going to tell y'all kind of a story and something that just really spoke to me this past weekend, taking everything into account. So a long time ago, not a long time ago, but like a couple months ago, when Eric Worre first kind of like came into the picture of being with Younique, and everybody was watching his trainings, and everybody was kind of like all in this Eric Worre thing, like, oh my God, the master man, right? I started researching him because I'm totally like, for those of y'all who don't know, I'm a chemist. And so like I'm a total science and math nerd. And that's okay. But anyway, but I'm a researcher and like my actual profession is quality. So I'm all about like getting to the bottom, solving problems, risk assessment, blah, 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 the boring stuff, but the cool side of business. And so I was researching him and someone told me, they were like, Eric Worre has 5 swimming pools. Okay, I know. All of y'all just fell to the floor with like shock and what does that even mean? Okay, because when I heard that, I told my husband, I was like, Bobby, Eric Worre has 5 swimming pools at his house. What does that even mean? What does that even mean? Like, process that for a minute. I have a pool, okay, y'all. I have a swimming pool. I love to swim. Swimming is like it's my life. I love it. I have a swimming pool. It was the only reason we bought our house because I had to have a pool. But I have one, okay? I have one pool, and it's a headache to deal with that. But I was literally trying to wrap my head around 5. Like, where would you put them? Why would you need that many? Like, and I kept thinking, that's not a house. It's not even a hotel. Right? Like a hotel, they only have maybe 2. Like a water park, maybe? I mean, are they that into swimming? Like, I don't know. That's a lot of swimming pools, right? Like, give me some hearts if that's a lot of swimming pools. That's a lot of pools. So, I just was like, how do you process that? Like, what? It's a lot of pools. And I didn't really think about it anymore. It was just kind of that thing of like, and dude's got a lot of pools. He's got a lot of money, obviously, right? Like, that's a lot of cash. It's a lot of money. So we go to Leadership Summit on Friday. Amazing. Our company is insanely supportive of us, y'all. Like, seriously. What does that even mean, right? What does it mean? What does that even mean? I don't even know. Clearly. Okay, so we go to this training, and so part of the training we're sitting through there, and he's talking about a situation, I forget exactly what it was he was speaking on, and then he just made this statement. He's walking around and he sees Whitney husband sitting over, Carly. Sees Carly sitting over, and he's like, "Hey, Carly, how much money did you make last year?" And she's like, "Oh, 600,000. What? Like, okay, first of all, the man on the stage has 5 swimming pools. The girl, like a table over and a couple of chairs in a room that carries in, makes $600,000 last year working the business that I run, right? That you run. Okay, so this is just like going through my head, and I'm like, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of dough. Like, I'm just sitting there thinking, like, how would I have spent? Because that's me. I don't save. Might be why I don't have $600,000. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm just sitting there in my head, like, that's a lot of money, right? And so then, you know, of course, the day was amazing. There was all this awesomeness that happened throughout the day. A lot of different things got said. So moving fast forward over to Saturday. All the information, all the things, everything he talked about on Friday, everything about, you know, like how to be a better leader, how to grow your team, how to this, how to that, all this stuff. So here we are Saturday. I took my husband, super fun. Took my husband. We're sitting there in this room full of almost 1,000 women, and he's walking around and he's talking about how you may have to get, like, basically getting out of your comfort zone to do stuff. He's like, you know, you may have to go outside of your house and talk to people. Like, it's crazy, you know, talk to people. It's insane. And so Adriana Markovich, which I don't know if y'all know her, but she's a Black status, and she was sitting on the front row, and I follow her. I think she's awesome. She has great makeup and everything. And so I follow her to watch, like, her makeup skills. Well, she's sitting on the front row with her husband, and she goes, "I don't like to leave my house." And so he calls her out in front of everybody in the room, and he's like, "How much money did you make last year?" And she goes, "What, like last year? He's like, "Yeah, like, how much money did you make last year?" It's just $500,000. What? Again, what? Like, I can't relate. I'm sorry, I can't relate. So he starts talking to her about, you know, where she came from, and he's like, that, not bad. This is what he tells her, not bad. Like, that's amazing. That's a buttload of money, y'all. That's a lot of money. And so he starts asking her, like, her background, and he's like, you know, "What's your background?" And she's like, "Oh, I got a GED. And he's like, "What were you doing before this?" She's like, "I was a stay-at-home mom with the kids." She's younger than me. Like, she's 27 or maybe even younger than that. She might be even younger than that, honestly. She's a young, talented woman, okay? And so, you know, after hearing that and hearing her story, and hearing all of this amazing information, okay, that wasn't what did it for me. So I take all of that. I have all my notes. Play small. Go through the 20 and 30, right? Like 20 and 30. What's your story? How to pick your market. And I'm just kind of like breezing through some of these 7 skills to success. None of it's sunk in yet. Okay. I want y'all to understand for just a second. we've heard all of this. My conversation with you right now is a mindset. We're going to a mindset really quick. So I just want to tell you, you can look at all the motivational videos in the world. You can go on Pinterest and find your little motivational quote for the day. Okay? We can all do that. What I'm talking about is there was something in my mind that flipped, and I wanted to come on here and tell y'all what happened and kind of, walk you through the process of how that happened. So the day before, he was talking about being done crawling, learn how to, stop playing small. Again, still hadn't sunk into my head because I'm like, playing small, okay, so I think a good month would be like 3 new people on my team, right? Okay, 20 and 30, that's like really big. Like, that's a big month, okay? That's a big month. And so there was that little conversation going on in my head, just all these different things we had talked about all this past couple days. So last night, I'm sitting here after I had a phone conversation with a girl who found me on Instagram. I used to work with her. And we were talking. And after the phone call, I get off. And I was just sitting there. And it was like a bolt of lightning struck me of like, oh my God. You don't believe you can have 5 swimming pools. You don't believe that you are worthy of $500,000 a year. You don't believe that, Carrie. Like, you hear it. You don't believe it's obtainable. Like, you haven't fully wrapped your head around that being an obtainable thing. Why? I'm no different than Adriana. I actually have more education. I actually have more experience in business. What am I doing? What am I not doing? Right? Like, where's the disconnect? It was up here. It is up here. It's literally processing and taking the information and saying, okay, you know what? Eric Worre has 5 swimming pools. Why have I always assumed that to be unobtainable? Like, I heard it. I made fun of it. Like, that's not, not fun of him, but fun of the concept of like, why would you need 5 swimming pools? What is that? You want to know why he has 5 pools? Because he can. Because he makes that much money. Because he's that wealthy. Because he's that successful. He has 5 pools. Why not? Right? Like, he contributes to the world in so many ways. He has success, and it's blowing out of his freaking like persona. I mean, he's just successful. And I'm sitting over here, like I was talking earlier today about, I used to have a job where I made $100,000 a year. That was, I worked in a heat treating facility. Any of y'all that are in oil and gas and mechanical stuff would know what that is. If you're not, then you probably don't know what that is. It's boring work. And I used to work in in laborious type, in the workforce. I used to work in the workforce, and I had a real job. I have a degree. I'm an educated person. I had a degree. I still have a degree. Obviously, they don't take that from you. Anyway, and I made good money, but I worked every day. I got up early. I got myself dressed. I got in my car. I drove to my job. I worked from the time I had to be there till the time after everybody had left, because I was a manager, so I didn't just get to leave whenever at 3 o'clock sometimes. But for the most part, I worked probably 10, 12 hours a day, because as a successful manager, that's what you do. Like, it just is. I'm just here to tell you, if you work like that, if your spouse works like that, they work, even though that you have that degree and you make more money, you tack on more responsibilities, and the stress is harder, and it's a lot, okay? And so part of me getting to the point where I'm at now took me through a process of working that, missing out on my kids' life, not being at home when I wanted to be, stressing over other people's drama, other people's problems, not my problems, their money problems, their business problems, their customer problems, like their stuff. I stressed over it. And whenever I finally quit that job and was able to come home, it became this new, like, complete weight lift off my shoulders. But I had always wanted to run my own business. And it was not until last night that I was sitting there and I was like, and it's not that I don't know I have a business. I have a business, but I am playing so small. Like, what does it actually take? Okay. I made $100,000 and worked 60, 70 hours a week. What does it actually look like to work and make $500,000 a year. What are those girls doing? They're sponsoring, they're partying, they're selling, they're sponsoring, they're partying, they're selling. That's what they're doing. Like, that's what they're doing. And they tell us over and over and over again, book, sell, sponsor, book, sell, sponsor. And what do? We get hung up in the weeds. We're trying to run this sale, and we're trying to run, get a good post on, and we're trying to all these things, and we're not doing the simple. We're not sponsoring every breath out of our mouth. Should be to every female walking around on the planet, I have the best business opportunity in the world for you. You can do it from your house. You can literally have a mega $1 million business for $99. Like, why are we so afraid to tell them that? Why are we so scared to say, look at this? Just look, for crying out loud. If for nothing else, just take a look. Whenever I had that job at that heat treating place, do you know I told everybody and their mama about that job? I told everybody and their mother about that stupid freaking job I had. They didn't care about my family. They didn't care about the stress they were putting on me. I wasn't working for a cause that was saving women's lives. I wasn't able to run my own show. And I literally was stressing. Yes, I was literally stressing so much at that job. But I was proud of my job, right? I was proud of my job. It wasn't even my own business. And I was going around telling everybody about it like it was something. Like, we do it. We all do it. If you have a spouse that works, if you work, don't you tell everybody about your job? The company, you didn't build the company. Maybe you did. I don't know. I didn't build any of the companies I worked for. I wasn't involved with all the planning and how the company was ran and bringing on my employees. I wasn't involved with some of them as a manager, you get to bring employees on, but you get what I'm saying. Like, look at your business as if it's a business, okay? Quit calling it a side hustle. It's a business. It's a real deal business. Big money, big dollars, people making serious money, okay? It's serious. So then I just want to kind of leave you with something that really spoke to me big time at this. And why am I so out of breath? I'm so excited. Y'all don't even understand. But anyway, stop playing small. That was the main point of all that. Look at your business for what it is. It's a huge opportunity. It's a gift. Here's your gift. Take your gift. Believe in your gift. Okay? Like, if you've ever prayed for financial freedom, for whatever, believe with everything that you have that this is it. Because it is. There's people out there making a buttload of money. And you are just as worthy of that as they are, as I am, as anybody on this team is, as anybody on team XYZ out there. You're worthy and you can do it, okay? I know a lot of this stuff seems overwhelming, scary, freaks you out. Oh my God, go live, push a button. When you go live, it's as simple as talking to one person, okay? Right now, I'm talking to Melinda. I'm just talking to Melinda. That's it. Everyone else, imagine that, I'm just talking to Katie. I'm just talking to Donna. I'm just talking to Stephanie. I'm just talking to Darla. That's it. Just me and Darla, just talking, okay? It's not scary when you only are talking to one person. It's scary when you imagine, like we sit here, we want 1 million people watching our live, right? But you don't, because that's what freaks you out. So just imagine that there's only one person. We actually complain when a lot of people don't jump on our live, but in all reality, have you ever had those lives and you're like, God, that was so good, and there was only like one person on that live? You ever had that happen? Nobody watched that live, right? And it was so good. Why was it so good? Because you were only talking to one person. It was a conversation you were having with somebody. It was like meaningful. It meant something. So anyway, that's just a tip I have. So for helping you push live, just go live. Be excited when there's only one person, because that might mean your live might actually be really freaking good. Okay, I'm just saying. So back to what my other point was, we were sitting there day one. Donna was there. She knows. And there was a moment where he's sitting in the room and he's going around. He's talking about convention and how statistically it is shown that people that go to convention will make for every one person that you yourself gets to convention, you will make an extra $1,000 a year. This is a fact. This is a statistic on just data that they've pulled from all different types of direct sales. This isn't just unique. This is like worldwide in our industry. So the fact is, for every one person you get to convention, that's an extra $1,000 paycheck, or not, it's an extra $1,000 in your pocket for the year, okay? So he was like, let's just test that out. How many people, and so he's telling everybody about that or whatever. And so he's like, I want you to write down a number of people, and this is after, we've all gone, and so we're like, okay, yeah, whatever, that's cool, I understand, I get it, because I'm going to convention. If you're not going to convention, you need to get your butt to convention, I'm just telling you. Set an example for your team, even if it's just you, okay? I'll be there, you can hang out with me. So what I was saying was, he said, write down a number of people that you want to bring to convention. So, of course, we're all sitting in the room, right? We're in the room with people who make $600,000 last year. I'm not going to write down 2, okay? Because if he calls on me, by golly, I'm going to have a good number on there, So, I wrote down, I'm going to show y'all. I'm going to show y'all what I wrote down. Let me show you. Check this out. Right, Donna? Am I right? You know why you wrote that first number down. I get called out in that room of all them people. Okay, so here's my number. I'm going to prove it. Okay, 25 people at convention. So I'm going to ask y'all do the same thing. Let's do this. Why not? Everybody, I want you to write down a number in the comments of people that you personally want to go with you to convention. Just write down a number that you want to see at convention. So I'll give y'all a second. Just do it, okay? Just play along. Play along, hypothetically, just play along for a minute. Write down a number of people on your team that you want to see at convention. And they may not be on your team yet. If you have a team, just you, just write down a number of people that between now and August you want at convention sitting next to you, butts in a chair. What's the number? Come on. Okay, Stephanie says 10. Deb says 4. Melinda's 10. Darla's 10. Debbie's 4. Okay, y'all saw my number. I'm 25. And like I said, that was bolt. That was me on a good day. All right, so you got your number, and I want you to now double it. Donna says 70. Double your first number. Double that number. So I have to go to 50, shut up, okay? Because it's not happening. I'm in my head. I'm already telling myself, okay, that's a lot of freaking people. That's a lot of people. But then, I told Katie this morning, I was like, if I was really because I'm sitting there, because I'm a fighter. I don't give up. Okay, I don't give up. He told us to commit to a number, so I said 25. Okay, fine. That's me on my best day. So then after he said double it, I was like 50. I mean, okay, 50. If I really worked hard, like for real. Okay, if I didn't do anything else between now and then, and I worked really hard, I could get 50 people there. Right? I could do it. I could probably do that. I could do that. Okay, I could do that. Double it. Dude, I'm okay, that's 100 people. Y'all, my first number was my freak out. My 25 scared the living crap out of me, okay? 50 was that's uncomfortable. That really scares me. 100 is that's a place. Like, I don't even have, okay, remember I was telling you all the words, like, what is that? What do they mean? That's one of those. That's an Eric Worre number. That's a person that has 5 swimming pools number, right? That's a person who made $600,000 last year number. That's what those are. That's not my number, but it is. And that's kind of like my point to this conversation. So as he goes on to talk about all this, and so this one girl in the front, she literally just starts laughing, busted out laughing. And so he's like, what was your number? What was your number? And she's like, 100. And so he goes, okay, well, how many people? He's like, you're laughing, you know, like why are you laughing? And she's like, there's no way I could have 100 people at convention. And so he's like, okay. So, I mean, basically she's already saying she can't, right? And accepting failure. And she hadn't even tried. Like, she's already just, I can't do it. So he starts talking to her, and it was like any of y'all ever watch Tony Robbins, like, walk around the room and he'll find you, and it's like, he'll tell you all your deepest, darkest secrets and get them all, like, pull them all out of you and make you just feel like, you know, you're crying, blubbering mess on the floor, and he fixes you. Now you're all motivated and you go and do all these amazing things in your life. Tony Robbins. So it was like one of those moments, and Eric was about to have that with this lady. And so he starts going through all this conversation with her, and how he starts asking her, like, what's your deal? So she's an orange status. She's been with Younique for 5 years. We've only been in business 6. That's a long time, right? That's a long time. So he asked her, he's like, well, how many people did you get to convention last year? She said 1. And he goes, well, how much did you make for the year? She said 17,000. So he was like, okay. And so he starts going through, like, what, you know, is your husband, like, what's the deal? Because everyone in the room, including me, and I'm sure Donna felt the same way. There's a lot of people that are probably like, what's going on? It's weird. It's strange. Because she's at the leadership summit. You had to get a ticket to go there. Like, it wasn't free, you know? I mean, so obviously she wants the business or something. Like, she's trying to do something. She's stuck with it all this time. She's there. So what's the deal? What's the holdback? What's holding her back? So he's like, is your husband supportive of your business? And she's like, no. And so he kind of went on to ask, like, kept probing some questions, and he asked her, he's like, well, how much money does your husband make? And she said, well, last year he made $500,000. And I don't think Eric thought she was going to say that. I think, or maybe he did. I don't know. Like I said, he Tony Robbins her, so maybe he did know she was going to say that. I don't know. I had some other choice words, and it wasn't really like that. That wasn't what I was thinking, but obviously he's the expert and I'm not. So anyway, he starts asking her about her husband's supporting her, and she's like, no, not really. And so come to find out, her husband's this big cybersecurity guy. He makes a ton of money. They don't need the money. She doesn't need the money for the business. And so he basically just kind of went through this process of asking her, like, what all was going on, and kind of went and basically narrowed it down to say the reason that he's not supportive is because he's tired of watching you watching Younique be a distraction to you, because you're not serious about it. You're not working your business to your full potential, because when you're looking at a person who makes $500,000 a year, their mindset's different. Their mind is different. They don't wake up and stay in their PJs. They wake up and get dressed. They put their shoes on, right? Like, they look presentable in case they have to do something, because they're busy. They work. They're doing stuff. And so it's a matter of taking, that person being able to take you serious. Well, basically he just told, after he washed all through that, the main thing that stuck out to me was he said, so last year you had 1 person at convention, and right now you have 100 people that you just said you had to get to convention. And she's like, yeah. And he goes, okay, so just imagine for a minute, like, and y'all need to do this. Imagine what it would look like if you had 100 people at convention on your team. What would that literally look like? Like, for what status would you be? How much money would you be making if 100 people committed to going to convention with you? Because the thing about convention is this: you could have, 1,000 people on your team, but if they're not working, it's it doesn't matter, right? Like that, it doesn't matter. The people that you are, when you're talking about your business, okay, we love kidnappers, all of that's fine. But what I'm talking about business, whenever I'm talking, so whenever I say this, if you're a kidnapper, I'm not talking about you, okay? I'm talking about people that wake up every day and are consistent and want to make a lot of money. That's the people I'm talking about. So for those people, you want people on your team that want the business, okay? So in order to have that, it starts with how you present the business. And he talks about this all through the 20 and 30. If y'all have not watched that, I don't give a flip if you don't think you need to do 20 and 30. Go watch it, if for nothing else, to learn how to tell your story, learn how to overcome objections, and just try it. Try to recruit one person. Okay, like you don't have to recruit 20 and 30. Fine. You don't want to recruit 20 and 30. Nobody's telling you to do that. Maybe you just started and you're freaked out, scared out of your mind, and you don't know how to talk to people about the business. Go into your back office and watch Eric Worre's 20 and 30 videos to at least learn how to recruit. Okay, and then when you feel comfortable to do 20 and 30, go for it. But there is really good content, and I think it's in video 5, 6, and 7 about how to tell your story, how to overcome objections, and then I forget what the last one is. But the main thing is but the main thing is number 5, the video number 5, how to tell your story. So anyway, you can learn all of that, and it has everything to do with seeking out people that are like-minded that want the business. We want people that want the business to work with us, because how are you going to go from a business that's right here to a business that's making $500,000 if you don't have a ton of runners? You need runners. And the way to find the runners is to give your opportunity as a business. Okay, stop selling the kit. The kit's not going to help you build a business. It's just not. And I actually listened to Sherry Brown one day. If y'all don't follow her, she's amazing. And she said, one day she just said, she was like, you can't be a kidnapper on my team. No, my kit's not for sale. She was like, if you join my team, I'm going to call you every day, and we're going to talk business, and I'm going to help you grow a business, and I'm going to help you become financially free if you're on my team. That's what I have. She's like, now the kit thing, like, no, I don't have a kit for sale. We don't have that. Like, that's how Sherry Brown talks. Sherry Brown's a top leader in our business. There's something to that. They're telling us the things, and what we need to do is focus on those things. I'm giving y'all a lot of information. I'm dissecting a lot of things that were said. The main key, the real main key is this: know that you're worthy, because you are. You're absolutely worthy. I promise. If you don't believe that, borrow my belief, borrow Donna's belief, borrow Katie's belief, borrow your sponsor's belief, okay? You're worthy. You are worthy of this. You're worthy of having financial freedom. You're worthy of having your husband come home. You're worthy of sitting at home with your kids every day doing what you want to do. You're worthy of that. You deserve that. Now, here's your opportunity, okay? Here's your opportunity right before your face. Cost you $99. Get serious about it. It's as simple as book, sell, sponsor. We're going to get back to the basics. I was talking to Katie about this earlier today. They all of the top leaders in our business, and our company Unique talked about this at the panel over the weekend. There was a panel that was done, and it was all about parties. Okay, if you're not partying, and I'm guilty of this. We're all guilty of this. Every month that my business has been gone to the next level, I had an extreme amount of parties. It's a fact. I would almost speculate that every single person on here that has rank advanced, the month that happened, they had a lot of parties. You can give me some hearts if that happened for you. So anyway, parties is where it's at. Book, sell, sponsor, book, sell, sponsor, book, sell, sponsor. It's super important. They all talk about it. Carly Reeves had a live not too long ago where she actually said something, and like I was telling Katie earlier today, it just stuck out to me like a sore thumb, because we look to all these different people for the answers. We look to, my answers are right here. they're right here. Like, here. Okay. I'm going to go jump on so-and-so's live. I'm going to go jump on all these people's lives, right? Maybe they have the answer, so I don't have to like keep trying to figure out how to do this. I'm going to spare you a lot of time and just save you the effort now, okay? Book sale sponsor. The shortcut is to party. That is your shortcut. That's where you're going to find your network. That's where you're going to showcase your products. That's where you're going to meet people. That's where you're going to sponsor. Okay, most of the people on my team have come out of parties. I guarantee you for Donna, Katie, same thing. Most of the people on their team, most of you on this video, on this live right now have come from parties. Okay, that's how we do our business. And in order to get to that next level, that's what we have to do. So that's really all I have. I think I kind of went over everything. I hope I didn't bore y'all to death. Always let me know if you have questions. I am here to help in any way I can. I believe in all of you. We really have a very, very cool thing with Be You Bravely, our team, and how interconnected everybody is. And I just want to say that I'm really so proud of what this team stands for and and how we live out our mission to uplift, empower, and validate each other. I think it's awesome that we jump on each other's lives. I think that's so important to support each other for many different reasons. Because there's a lot of people, we don't know what everybody's dealing with, and we don't know we assume, like for me, I've been doing this for over a year, but whenever I first hit live for the first time, I was terrified. It was scary. And it still gets to be that way sometimes. I don't really know like what to say, what I'm going to talk about. But like I was trying to tell you, I try to just block it all out and know that I'm doing it for a better purpose. So I want to challenge all of you to something that I've been trying to do for months now, is really to really try to go live every day about something. I know that might like really freak you out, but from a serious place of like from my heart, like my serious face for a minute. If you can go live about something every day, it does things to your algorithms. It shows people you're serious. It shows people I'm showing up, I'm consistent. One day, like I might have just gone out, like say I'm just a random person out there that you're trying to contact. I might have just gone out and bought my mascara and I'm going to try it. But I keep seeing yours. Like I keep seeing you put it on. So whenever I run out, I might actually try to use yours. Like, why not? So you need to always be thinking like, just because it's not today doesn't mean it's no forever, right? Just because they're not watching when you're actually live, a lot of people statistically come back and watch. You'll see, like right now it shows there's only 7 people on here. You'll see whenever we get off, it's going to show that there's been more views. And then by tomorrow, there will be more people on the replay. But you just need to get over that. And I heard back at convention, Brittany Kaplan got on, and she's like a social media guru and she's a unique presenter. And she has a huge social following. And one of the things that she said was whenever she's like, I hear all the time people, like I only have one person on my live and I'm so irritated. Like nobody wants to watch me. I'm not going to do it. It's not worth my time. And she's like, how disrespectful are you? Like, that one person took time out of their day to sit there and watch you. Like, treat them as they deserve to be treated for taking time out of their day to listen to you. They don't have to do that. Y'all don't have to listen to anything I'm saying, but you're showing some respect, and I really appreciate it. And so I'm trying to provide some value, some content. I'm pulling it out of my head, but it's the truth though. So look at those people that are watching you and be proud that they're watching you. Be honored and honor them back and thank them and send them a message when they get off your live. You don't have to be salesy and be like, hey, like, thanks for watching. You want to buy some lipstick? Just message them and say, hey, I really appreciate your support for watching my live. Have a great day. Moving on. Boom. Next person. It doesn't always have to be salesy. Like, don't be salesy. It's icky and gross and nobody wants to hear all that, okay? Be yourself. Be authentic. You're worthy. You're beautiful. If no one's told you that today, you just heard it from me. And that's really all I have. So I hope y'all all have a wonderful night. I love y'all all so much. And always, always know that you can come to me with any questions you have. And I'd love to help you with anything. And that goes for all of our leaders on this team. I know that they all feel the same way. So y'all have a fantastic night, and know that there are no stupid questions, and that any question you have, I'm pretty sure someone out there has an answer for you. So y'all have a wonderful night. Bye, girls.